Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is KKai here, back again with a new episode of Epic 7 video. Today I'm going to showcase Silver Blade Aramintha in high-level PvP RTA. She got a buff recently, a few weeks ago, and actually I think she is super viable as a combo unit in RTA if you like the control playstyle. So today let me showcase her in high-level PvP. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe if you find today's video interesting. Let's just jump right into it. Silver Blade Aramintha sitting over here at the table. SBA, very cool unit. She was once a very powerful unit, but Smougate nerfed it long time ago, so that she wasn't top tier anymore. But recently, her kit got some rework, and I think she can do great in RTA nowadays. Mainly for this S2 passive, when the ally except the caster uses an attack that targets all enemies, and Silver Blade gonna gain combat readiness, like 20% CR increase. Basically, this allows you to combo with openers like Cerise, Ran, Hera, right? AoE damage dealer that can strip, Mui even in some cases, and you can still wait a turn. And S3 here still like a full team stun, and also there's an additional effect now with decreased combat readiness with the highest enemy members by 30%. So it's like a pushback, right, to deny their fastest unit. But usually if your SBA gets a turn, usually it's over for the opponent, because you're gonna probably stun up everybody and then potentially lock them up, right, with control. S1 is still the same, right? It's like you have a chance to burn, and then once you target a burned enemy, you have a chance to proc into an AoE attack that attacks all enemy and apply more burns. And I have mine built on a speedy tanky build with Abyssal Crown setup, because I like the stun potential. It's really clutch, right? If you get the chance to stun the DPS, it's really nice. And I feel like you don't need high attack, because Silver Blade Aramintha is quite squishy. Usually the people, right, your opponent will try to play around the control by bringing out counter units like you know, Ram, or maybe even like a Bellion, right? So once they get a couple counters off, your team probably gonna die off the counter. So that's why you need Silver Blade to be very tanky, so that you survive the first few counters. After you lock them up with control and stuns, then they're not gonna be able to attack you. And ideally you want more effectiveness, right? You want at least 150, but I'm currently using her only for the lockdown on like squishy units, squishy DPS, right? Normally I wouldn't run her into Soul Weaver matchup. That's why I don't have her on high E effectiveness. But I think this setup could work, right? 260 speed gonna steal away any turn 1 units, right? Once your turn 1 unit moves. I think it's quite fun, right? I really like this unit because this is the only unit that can AoE stun, I believe. I mean, reliably. That's why she's like a signature unit for control. And as you may know, I'm a heavy control player and cleave player. One of the biggest problems with control is that there are too many counters, right? High ER units, or you know, like just nature counterplay units like Champion Zerato, creating a force ban issue. But let's just jump right into the RTA montage to see some Silver Blade Aramintha successful gameplay. It's actually very interesting. Let's go. Okay, for our first fight, we're fighting against a Japan player. Very interesting, because we got Japan now in the RTA, and we're seeing a lot of strong players from Japan server. This guy got the legend frame from last season. I assume he's really strong, and I'm trying to play with Silver Blade Aramintha control comp in this situation. And as you can see, the Dilibag and the Mediator Cowering are being banned out from my side, because those two are hard counter to control. For Champion Zerato, I think we can deal with the champion Zerato if we pick more damage dealer, try to burst him out. But here I'm picking away the Violet because all of my openers are water units. I'm really afraid of the Violet pick from the opponent's side. That's why you see a Violet pick into the Huayang. Even though Huayang is a strong pick against Violet. Okay, I'm gonna follow up with the Cerise, right? The second stripper, and the Silver Blade Araminta, right? So that we have 2 strippers and 1 stunner from Silver Blade and the Violet for solo potential. I think the draft is solid. The opponent has to answer with some anti-control here. Yeah, there's the champion Zerato and maybe a potential another damage dealer or even a tank to protect the Huayang and the champion Zerato. Let's see how he picks. He's thinking because he never sees the Cerise and SBA coming. As you can see, the opponent is not picking any speed threat, which is nice, right? If he picks Assassin Sid, here I'm in big trouble, but apparently he's not picking it. Probably don't have the fastest gear on Assassin Sid. Let me see what's the last pick gonna be. It's gonna be very interesting. Go with the BBK, probably an ER BBK, right? Try to have some solo potential, but that's fine. So I'm gonna end it up with the Ludwig pick, so that we have invincibility and guaranteed stun, right, to strip away the BBK buffs. And we have to ban out the champion Zerato because we have too many debuffs. Of course, Ludwig gonna get banned out because Ludwig is a counter to the Bloodblade Karen. So let's see. SBA control. So we go first with the Para S2. Let's go. Pack Hunt. Wait, is he DC'd? Please don't, because I'm gonna have a good game here. So as you can see here, we don't care about the politics because we're gonna cut anyway, and the SBA passive is not gonna get procced because it's like, you know, an inane passive. Probably try to go for a stun here. I don't want to use the S3 to trigger the politics. Get a stun. Okay, nice. Gets a stun. And use the S3. Can we strip something away from the BBK? Probably not. It's a high ER BBK. And we try to stun up everybody. Okay, it's a Bastion of whole BBK. So we stun up the rest of the team. So basically it's a BBK 1v4 situation right now. As you can see, this is very powerful, right? For the stun to happen. And we can do the apple here because Politis is stunned up. And Wimos stunned up, so there's no analyze. Buff copy. Big damage from the Violet. Okay, okay. Nice. So the stun is actually very powerful. Once you get it off, it's really hard for the opponent to come back unless they have some way of reviving or cleansing. So his best bet is try to solo with BBK, but we have put up this escort buff. Yeah, it's over. Okay, we are fighting another high-level Japan player in the Emperor League. Still the same setup. I pre-banned the 2 anti-control units, the Mediator Cowrick and the Lilibet. Designer Lilibet pick. Go with the Violet again into the Huayang because you know we have full control on our side. And the opponent has to pick anti-control. Try to go with that. That's an interesting pick against Cerise, right? Because Cerise has a lot of dual attacks. The Lionheart Summoner has self-cleanse and burst potential against the dual attacks. I'm still gonna go with the SBA and probably run it up with another damage dealer, depends on the situation. And what is the opponent gonna pick? Hovering the Gunther, but I don't think that's the pick. Go with the Destina. That's actually a great pick here. Because the newly buffed Destina is a perfect answer to control. 1 unit alone can shut down the entire playstyle. So I have to ban out the Destina for sure. So I'm gonna go with the Strasse here. Try to have some killing potential turn 1. Because I think all of his units are slow. Unless he picks something fast in the end. And probably gonna ban out the Destina because it's a force ban. Go with the Arbiter Wildred. Go with the BBK. Okay, another ER BBK pick to deny the control pick. So still the same setup: Cerise, Terra, Silver Blade, and Violet. Let's see, right? As long as we have the escort buff, I think we are fine to deal with the BBK. So go with that. Pack Hunt. Sweep everybody. That's nice. Go with the S3 here because we can do so. Buff attack and stun up everyone since... Oh, Cerise actually cut. That's not good. So do we go for the stun? I think we go for the guaranteed stun on the BBK. That's why you need sometimes, right? SBA on book. That's also a very good setup. You know, in the introduction I said I use Abyssal Crown, but in this match I actually used the Tiger Hair Asian book setup. And it can be very clutch because we stun up the ERBBK here. And we are doing the S3 because we don't want to do attack. And although without the S3 on cooldown, I don't think Cerise can do attack. But it's fine, right? At this point, they are already losing a turn, and it's in our full control. We try to burst out the Lionheart Sermia because that's the only thing that can self-cleanse. And yeah, go for the kill maybe. Yeah, that's nice. And go. We don't want to, you know, do the dual attack. Otherwise, oh, okay, that's bad. But it's fine, right? We kill off the Lionheart Sermia, and at this point it's over. As you can see, if the opponent is not guarded for the control playstyle, it can actually work really well. Okay, for our third fight, we're fighting against another Japan player to picking out the Mortilix and the Violet and the Make Chloe to counter this setup. But we have Terra and we have Conquer Lilius as strippers. And the Jack O, right? Try to combo with the damage and the strips. So we stun up some units. Actually, the only unit we can stun up is the Huayang. And here we try to kill off something here. Right? We have Vigor, we have attack buff, that's a lot of damage. And try to go for the dual attack instead of the provoke because we want to kill off the May Chloe. Once the May Chloe gets a revive off, it's over for us. So we're gonna do the S3 here. Okay, Bob. The Jack O, really nice. Single target. Kill off the May Chloe and we can potentially do some damage onto the Huayang because Huayang has a lot of debuffs. Nice, nice. So Mort can do a big nuke here, but Mort is attack broken. Right? So this shouldn't hurt. Oh, that's a lot of damage actually, and the lifesteal. Mortals. And Violet gonna be able to kill off a unit here. Is he gonna kill off the SBA? Probably is, right? Or do you go for the Conquer Lilius? Because the thing is basically it's Violet and the Mortalix 2v4 situation. Okay, SBA is there. As you can see, SBA is really squishy. After turn 1, she basically does nothing. Unless you can keep the entire team locked down. I think we want to provoke here, right? Provoke the Violet. And try to maybe kill off. Go for the Soulburn S1, nice. Gets a big stun and a big hit onto the Violet. That's really good. Finish off the Huayang, right? At this point it's over because Mortally is not able to 1v3.